Hello everyone, Justin here, and today let's draw a simple hunting knife. And these things come in all sorts of different shapes. So let's start with having the back of the blade and the handle roughly along the same line. Let's go ahead and put the blade right over here. And again, these come in all sorts of different shapes. And the space, the spot between the blade and the handle, let's say it goes right here. So this is kind of a thicker knife. And then the handle will be right here. So let's just go ahead and continue the handle back here. And let's go ahead and make this a little bit thinner here and bring out the handle in a curved line and just finish it off just like that. Alright, so here we can really customize it all sorts of different ways. Check out references, but let's go ahead and maybe curve this part here and add a blade guard here, maybe curve it this way and put like a little bit of a tang there, and maybe add a couple details, and then there'll be a bevel between the sharp part and the main body of the blade. So let's just go ahead and do that, and maybe a protective metal section here. And as far as the handle, we could customize this. Let's add some maybe curved lines here, and I'll go ahead and start outlining it. So I will go ahead and use my thick marker first, and kind of finalize some of the shapes here, and see how there's a little bit of a detail here. I'm gonna go ahead and actually switch over to my thinner Sharpie, and let's make this part curved and go on to the back of the blade here. Now I'm gonna go back to my thicker Sharpie and just go all the way across, and let me straighten this out a little bit. Okay, go over here, and we're back to the metal part that's kind of a guard. Now here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go down and I'm gonna curve these out so it shows that it's somewhat hollow. And put in the details of these hollow sections. Just curved lines. Experiment and do whatever you feel like. Okay? Now, as far as this part here, we've got this little divot here. Let's go ahead and, I've seen these where they have these little ridges here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and make these curved lines, kind of like here, except it's like metal got bit out of these sections here. Okay, now let's go back to our Sharpie, thicker Sharpie, and I'll go ahead and make the upper part thicker here, just like that. And next we'll go ahead and finish the sharp part of the knife. And finally, let's go ahead and put the line for the bevel right here. Just like that. Alright, so now let's go ahead and add some detail right here with the blade guard, and add an extra line right here, maybe a thinner line using my thinner Sharpie, and add some finer detail now. Let's say this bottom part, maybe go across and add some very thin parallel lines. The knife is basically done. I'm just adding some finer detail. And these little divots here, these hollow areas, I'm gonna go ahead and do some cross hatching. So just adds to the feeling that it's textured. And these are just parallel lines. And then I'm gonna cross hatch them. And that should pretty much do it. But what I'll go ahead and do is add a little bit of shadow. This actually looks kind of like a bit of a shadow here, so it almost looks like there's a bit of a hollow there. But what I'll do is I'll add just a little bit more shadow on the left side of these sections, just like that, and maybe here. And these lines are just parallel to the left side of the curve. Let's go ahead and add a little bit of shadow on the bottom part of the knife. So here what I'm going to do is I'll add a line that roughly follows this curve here. Okay? Up there, and then another curved line just like that. And then again parallel lines. As well, I'm going to add just a little bit of a shadow line along these hollow areas. Again, curved along the bottom curve of this knife. So here I'm going to go ahead and add again parallel lines, vertical parallel lines. And that should be about it. So thanks a lot for watching. I hope you found this useful, and I will see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.